as I suspected, it was going to shoot low. Let me get around to the front of the camera and I'll show you what I've been doing with this Pietta 1860 Army old silver model. Well, after my last shooting session, I had determined I was going to have to put a higher front sight on this revolver, and I have, and that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Getting this filed down so that my point of impact will be a lot closer to the bullseye than it was even now or even in the previous shooting session. Now, I've done two other things to the revolver. I went ahead and decided to crown it, and as you can probably hear, the breeze is picking up a little bit. It's been good until right now, but I will tell you, this revolver was a little bit more difficult to crown as it was my other Pietta 58 Remingtons and also the 51 ASM Navy. And I also took my chamfering tool and I also chamfered the opening of the cylinder just a little bit. I was kind of suspecting, looking at the other video, that I may have had a burr or something on the inside of the cylinder, but only time will tell. So as of right now, I'm going to shut the camera off, file the front sight down. The front sight is brass. I do not have it JB welded in. I was able to find a piece of brass that was much thicker, and I got it down to about 3 thousandths, maybe 4 thousandths greater than what the keyhole is right here, and I actually wedged it in there. If it falls out, well, then obviously I'll have to go back and put some JB weld on it. So those are the changes that I've made. Oh, and I also, on the back side of the hammer, I took my Dremel tool, and instead of it coming to a very pointed V in this portion of the hammer, I took my Dremel tool and I just flattened the bottom. I haven't widened the V notch at all because I want to save that to see if I have to, you know, adjust the gun right or left as far as the point of aim and that the windage, I should say. And then when I really get to that 100 shot point, that time, then I'll decide which side of the V notch I need to open up a little bit. But I'll determine that much later. So I'm going to work on this front sight a little bit, get it lowered down, and take 6 more shots and see where they print. Stay tuned. My load is 30 grains of my homemade black powder. This black powder was made with the alligator bark juniper. If you've been following the channel, you will see that I've surmised that this powder burns a little bit hotter than the shaggy bark does. But I get 30 grains of powder, .454 round ball, and I am shooting a pre-lubricated felt wad. So let's see what the next shots do. Alright, let's take a walk up and see what that target looks like. I did put a new target in there just so that I could see on a fresh target where she printed. Oh wow, pretty much in the same spot as before. Let me go get that changed out, reloaded, and do a little bit more filing. It appears right now I'm going to have to favor the right side of the V notch In fact, my next round I will probably do that, favor the right side, and see if I can't pull that over to the right a little bit. But let me get this work done, change out the target, and we'll have another go around. Okay, something that just kind of want to address real quick. I've only ever seen it on the channel, the old Ranger, and what he talked about is when the revolver is loaded up and you cycle it all the way through. I'm in a safe direction even though it's loaded, and you lower the hammer on an unfired cap, it locks up, indicating the nipples are just a hair too long. So if you experience this, the only thing that I can suggest is pull the wedge, hold the hammer back just a little bit, and slide the cylinder off and just reinstall everything. So I just kind of wanted to share that real quick. I went ahead and put a fresh target up. I filed down the front sight, and let's take these 6 shots and see what happens. And I am going to favor the right side of the hammer this time to see if I can't pull that over a little more closer to center. That'll kind of indicate to me just what I have to do next. So let me get repositioned and adjust this, and I'll be right back at you. Well, I think I'll leave everything right where it is. I've got the height just about perfect, and favoring the right side of the V-notch seemed to help. That one that went left, I kind of put that right back in the middle just to see. And so that kind of tells me when I get my 100 rounds through it, I'm going to have to do something, close up either the left side of the V-notch a little bit or open up the other one. I'm just going to have to think about how I want to do that. But I'm going to get reloaded, and I'm going to do something else close up and in person, because in the previous video somebody asked me what I had against paper plates. Well, I really don't have anything against paper plates. It just makes it convenient for me to do this. They're cheap, but I do have something that I do kind of want to send a message. So let me get reloaded, and I'll show you what that message is. Stay tuned. Just to reiterate a point, I've picked up several of my felt wads, and there's zero evidence of any unburnt powder on these wads at all. Just reconfirming a previous hypothesis, previous theory, that day I was having problems because I had my wad sitting in the sun. So I think I've pretty much resolved that. So I'm loaded up. Let's get this thing done. How's that for a target? I don't typically drink beer, but if I do, I like the dark beers, the real stout ones. And to reiterate what a lot of people say about this particular brand of beer, well, instead of tasting like mule piss, I'm of the mind it tastes more like elk piss. But let's see if we can't send a message here. Heineken couldn't have purchased such luck. Sorry that didn't all get into the camera, but there's the can, guys. I'm going to go count and see if I put all 6 bullets through it. Stay tuned. Well, at one point, the can turned sideways, and this was my target, the bottom of the can. And as you can see, I nailed it. Best as I can tell, there's 6 bullet holes in here. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I'm pretty satisfied with the aiming of this gun at this point. Just have to bear in mind I got to favor the right side of the V-notch for the time being. But I hope you friends have enjoyed this. And if you're of the mind to buy one of these revolvers at this point, knowing what I've had to do to, I guess, make it a little user-friendly, you have a tutorial of at least what I've done to make the gun shoot. Well, as I'm concerned, pretty damn good. Thanks for watching. I hope you friends will give a thumbs up and a like and share this with your bestest of buddies. I know I've got a gun to go clean and I've got some 2x4s to change out on my target. So I want to bid everybody adieu, and once again, thanks for watching and have a wonderful week. Bye.